I grew up on about 1.5 acres of land in Davidson County, specifically Welcome, North Carolina. I grew up around the four most important people in my life. My mother, who was always a beautiful woman. She had brown eyes and brown hair. My dad, on the other hand, was really tall and stocky. Well, the combination of my parents made my looks, but my brother has a different dad. I never thought our family would look so perfect, but I thought we fit just right. This was what I thought would be the perfect way to live life, but unfortunately it wouldn't stay this way for long. Mom heads into the house one afternoon and just seems out of it. She walks over to the couch and sits down, holding her head like she has a migraine. She gets up and goes to the bathroom and downs some Tylenol. She lays down for a while and quickly falls asleep. I really wanted to make sure my mom was okay and that everything was going to be all right. Later that afternoon, Dad walks into the kitchen and hit the table. I approached him and said, "Dad, is everything all right?" He then paused and looked at me. I waited for him to yell, or maybe just walk away. He solemnly looked at me and dropped his head. I gave him a quick kiss and headed off to bed. As I laid there, I thought, what in the world was going on with my parents? I turned over. As my head hit the pillow, I drifted off to sleep. I woke up the next morning and ran to my parents' bedroom. Mom looks over from the edge of the bed and just bows her head. She looks up and says, "Baby, I don't want you in here right now. Please leave," and turns away. I look down and see her suitcase wide open on the floor. I look up silently and say, "Mom, you're leaving, aren't you? You're doing what you said you never would, aren't you?" I ran down the hall to my bedroom and slammed the door. A few moments later, I hear a knock at the door. Mom puts her hands on the doorknob. I stopped and steadied myself and opened the door with a solemn look on my face. She crouches down to sit with me on the floor and places her arms around me. "Baby, I love you, but I just can't take the arguing anymore." "I'm so sorry," she said. I didn't know how to feel. I just lost my mom, and she couldn't even deal with us anymore. Later that afternoon, I decided to ask my dad, but apparently she hadn't told him yet. Then I saw my dad for the first time burst into tears. I didn't know what to do or say. I was so confused. I walked down the long, dim hallway to the bedroom and saw my mom sitting on the floor packing her things. She goes and gets Lacey and heads for the door. I thought to myself, she's finally leaving. This is it. It's all about to be over. I ran to the door and tried to stop her. I begged and pleaded, "Please don't go." I ran, and then I just stopped. Maybe I should just stop chasing. This could just be the end. I walked back and sat solemnly on the porch as I watched her pack all her things into the car. She claimed she couldn't take me because Dad needed someone to, so I had to stay. I ran to Dad and buried my head in his shoulder and thought, this is it. He's all I have left. I would be the only child he had to lean on, and he would be my only parent. This was the end of all good things. Later, my dad decided we should let my grandparents come live with us. I thought, well, now everything is starting to move forward and get better. My grandma and I became the best of friends, and she was like my full-time mom. I told her everything, and she was always here to talk. Now, the final resolution and lesson I learned from this story, I finally figured out how it feels to lose someone who's really important to me. I realized how it felt to finally hit rock bottom. I never thought I could lose a parent like that, but I realized I could. I learned that you just need to move on and live with the consequences of their actions, or in my case, her actions. I knew that I was going to finally be okay, and everything was going to work out for the best.